Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to explain how to use the additional fields options for Panda pause repeater field. In the last video, basic fields, I already explained field width, so the next one will be entry limit. As the name states, entry limit allows you to limit how many entries you can create. For example, in this demo, we have created a post type called project. As a project leader, you may want to reward your best team member and call them project star. Each project can only have one star, so we're going to create a repeater field to store all the project stars. So we're going to pick advanced content type as usual. The beauty of an advanced content type table is that you can free some space from the post meta table, and later you can easily generate a report from the project stars table. So for these default fields, we don't really need them, so we can delete them. Okay, we're going to add two fields to this table. First one is member. It's going to be a relationship field and it's linked to users. The second one is region. Can be a WYSIWYG, so you can use it to explain why that member deserves a project star. As usual, we don't need it to appear on the menu or admin menu. Cool. Now let's go back to the project pod. I'm going to create the repeater field. There is a project start. Click repeater field. Click project start, and we're going to limit it to 1. Set the field. Set pod. Okay, let's go back to the website project. Right, you can see that we got project star here now, and maximum project star is 1. So we'll pick the member and pick leading, and reason will be accident. Set the project star. See, you can't add any more. If you think that you picked the wrong one, you can edit it. And then pick this time, pick 0. Save it. Good. This is entry limit. Now let's go to see the next one. The next option is Enable Load More. Enable Load More allows you to paginate your entries. My default is set to no, so this time we'll change it to yes. So far we have only created 3 tasks, so we set the initial amount to 2. Please note If entry limit is not set to 0, enable load mode will be disabled. It's simply because the way the interface has been organized. Okay, let's update the field and save port. Okay, let's go back to the website project. You can see we have 3 tasks because we set the initial amount to 2, so now it only displays 2. At the bottom, it reads append to the list with 2 new items from item 2. Then we click load. Okay, it will load the last item to the list because totally we only have 3. You can change it to replace. So we'll replace the list with 2 new items from item 0, that means from the beginning. We'll click load. Okay, so you replace the list rather than append to the bottom. You replace the list with the 2 new items. So what happens if you got lost and loaded existing items? Let's try. So load 2 new items from item 0. It will tell you that these 2 are actually repeated. So you can just remove them. Okay, this is about enable load mode. Now let's go to the next option. Right, the next option is enable trash. By default, if it's set to no, and then when you delete an item, it will delete it completely, permanently. Okay. But sometimes you may have an item, you're not sure if you want to delete it or not. So in that case, you just want to move it to the bin, and then you can recover it later. That's what enable trash will do. I will enable it. Just turn this off. Date. Support. Refresh the page. Right, now you can see that we got this folder tab and the bin tab. Now if we delete coding the task, it will say, are you sure you can recover it from trash? So we can just move to the bin. So if you come to the bin, you can see that coding is there now. It's disappeared from here on the live list. And then you can restore it. Right? So it has gone back to the live list. Let's check the front end. So I have to delete again. And then view project. Right? You can see in the tasks. Now we only have design and testing, and the coding task is not there anymore. Any trashed item will not be put out. Okay, that's about enable trash. Now let's go to the next option. The next option is ordered by. By default, is ordered by the Panda repeater fields order field, which means that you can drag and drop to reorder the items. So we just more testing about design. So if we go to the front end, can see that the first one has become testing and the second one has become design. Okay, so if you don't want it to be ordered by the Panda post repeater order field, you can change it to something else. Let's look at the task table. In the task table, we have two fields. One is name, one is member. So we can set it to be reordered by name. Okay. And then ascending, so that's from A to Z. And then we'll talk about this as well, so we'll just display all the info, because by default it's no. We'll set it to yes. Go back to the project, refresh the page. Okay, now you can see the order info is here. It's now ordered by the name field. Ascending, that means A to Z. So design is in front of testing. So if we go back to the front end, at the moment is testing before we refresh the page. Testing is before design. Now if we refresh the page, you can see the order changed. Is ordered by the name field ascendingly. Okay, that's all for the order options. Now let's go to see the next one. If we go to the task pod and then open members, we can see that the next option is apply admin table column. Let's go to the project and then open the design task. You can see that by default the label is ID and then name. Name is the index field for the members table. You may think I don't care about the IDs. What I want to know is the breakdowns. So I want to know what they are doing. So you can go back to the task pod, the members field, and then turn on the apply admin table columns at that field. And then go back to the members table. Let's go to the members table. If you go to admin UI, and then by default is take to the index field, then you can take another one, a breakdown. Okay, so that will be synchronized to the repeater fields label. So if we go back to the project, then refresh the page, open that design task again, now you can see it's displaying name and breakdown. If the values of the fields you picked are strings or numbers, then they will be displayed on the labels. Okay, that's all the additional field options so far. Thanks for watching.